All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. If you're at home watching, please let me know if you can hear me. Just typing yes. We have someone watching every comment, so please just type in yes and let us know. But anyhow, I'm super excited to have everybody here. It's really fun. Thank you for joining. If everybody will do me a favor, I do need you to take your cell phone and turn it off. Here's why. Because if it's on, it will A, take away from the Wi-Fi, but B, it will start playing this live stream live on your phone. So if you're playing with it. So if you'll just do me a favor and make sure it's off. Thank you. Awesome, we got people, it's a full house, right? Yeah, welcome. So here's the thing, we have an amazing service planned for you. You know, it is such a community event because mediums, experts, they volunteer their time. So they come here, they show up, they're volunteering to give back, and just that energy and that love and the gift that you're getting from professional mediums. I mean, this is, you know, they get out there and they charge outside of here. And so it's a beautiful experience for us all to come together. And for all my light worker friends at home who go out and contribute and share and serve spirit, thank you, right? Because it does take all of us to make this happen. And the service here originally was started by Lisa Williams, which was really amazing. She did it up in Bel Air, if anyone remembers, back in the day. And she started to have to travel back and forth to New York. So then she would ask me to do the service. So she would, I think next time what I'll do is I'll make people fill the front seats first and then the back seats, right? I'm learning. This is good. This is the learning process. But anyhow, so Lisa started this service, and then she would ask me to fill in. And again, it's through the contributions and things. I don't know why she trusted me. I'm just like, I don't know. Even now, I'm like, I don't know if I'm up to it. But it's a beautiful way for us to come together. And so I want to thank you, each and every one of you, for your time, for your energy, and for your love, okay? We won't have any music, actually, during the service because I had a choice to make. I could have music and we can't Facebook live stream, or we have to Facebook live stream and not have music because they have very strict copyright laws, as most of you know, right? So I had to say, were we going to share spirit in just this room, or we were going to share spirit to the world? And I think I voted for the world, but I will play a song at the end for you. Sound good? Okay, good. All right, I think we have a couple more people coming in. So if you'll take the two front seats up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a seat over here in the corner. And a seat over here in the corner. Oh, give us a moment, everybody. This is LA. Nobody's on time. Hang on a second. Hang on. Now they're going to see everything. Hang in there, everybody. Here. Will someone come? Carl.
Yeah.
Will you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you set things up to the very back?
Yes.
How many more do we need?
How many more?
Three.
Yeah.
Community effort, everybody. All right. Well, we are packed. Yes, we are. All right, well done. Well done. All right, and did we see comments to make sure people can hear?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, there we go. Everybody have a seat. Well, isn't that a great way to start a service, right? Yes. Okay, so we're going to start with a message from Spirit. For anyone who came in late, please take a moment, turn off your phones, okay? Okay. I am going to start off with a quote from Martin Luther King Jr., since we are celebrating his birthday and his power and the influence that he has had. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Martin Luther King Jr. So here's our message from Spirit. Remember back to yourself. Remember that you are the source of all love. Your light and love are your gifts to the universe. These are the gifts that we gave you as a way to remind others of the importance of understanding and patience and kindness and forgiveness. You have the power to change lives. In the times of darkness and uncertainty, share your light and allow your love to emanate. Do not be afraid. When you feel tested, rise up and love stronger. For we have chosen you to represent all that is good and all that is possible. Your heart may feel like it's going to break at times, but you are stronger than you believe. You are the connection to the universe, the infinite, the spirit within each of you. When you connect the cord of your heart to others, you are fulfilled. You are a messenger of the power of love. And there are difficult circumstances among you in the world, but you are being shown that you can put forth your power and your energy and your love to change the currency for which it is valued. You will remind others as to what their soul was meant for and the importance of acceptance. Love is a common thread that can sew the fabric and reinforce the fibers of universal love. It's in these moments that you can return to source and trust that you are on your path of enlightenment. You are a messenger of love. To see that love has power over violence, over hate, and over fear is how the healing can begin. Love heals wounds. Love creates the future filled with kindness, understanding, and freedom for all. Allow your love to be as bright as your light. Radiate your energy without reservation. Don't hold back. Extend with your heart and begin the future that we have created and envisioned. A future that encompasses a world of acceptance, of kindness, and universal peace for all. All right, so we're going to kind of go into our talk of the day. It's our little motivation, inspiration, kind of a talk. And we're going to talk about a new year, right? Because what does a new year mean? What does a new year represent? Well, it represents opportunity, a clean slate, a chance to do it over, get it right, try again, try something different, strip away the layers of fear. It's not just about goals and resolutions, right? I mean, although if they just want to give me, 5 pounds off and a couple extra dollars in the bank, I'm not going to complain. But it's more than that. And when we can look at a new year as to what do you want for yourself, what do you want for the world, you can start to take action to create the change you want to see. Okay? Ask yourself, what do you want to see in the world? What really do you want to see? What really do you want for yourself? What really is going to make you happy? Is it the material things that we sometimes focus too much on? Or is it the relationships that we so desperately want with one another? And because viewpoints are different, we can't see eye to eye, or we can't reach someone. But we really can. And maybe this is a new year to put yourself out there in a way that allows you to connect to others with love and acceptance. You have to say, am I taking action? Because you got to take action, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's about finding those things that we can do that move us forward. How many of you are feeling stuck? Raise your hand. Come on. Come on. If you're feeling stuck, yeah? Okay. How many of you are feeling inspired by the new year? Raise your hand. That's right. See, a new year is a new opportunity. We always feel inspiration at the beginning of the year, that hope, that energy, that desire that we can do something more, do something else. This is your time to do it. So if something wasn't working in the past, like let that go, right? Let it go. Doesn't mean you failed, just means there's a new way to do it, a new way to see it. And when you really step into your power, into who you are, this inspiration that you're feeling is going to spread to everyone. And next thing you know, the universe is going to be opening up to you opportunity after opportunity, opportunity to connect, to heal, to love, to put you on the path that you are intended for, to put you on the path that Spirit wants you. So many of us get in our own way, right? You know how it is. Right? And then Spirit just comes, kicks you in the butt. That's just how it goes, right? But when we allow it, when we surrender, when we just say, okay, amazing things will happen. Your year will unfold in a way that you never could have imagined because it's universal love that's doing it for you. Okay? We are here to thrive. You're here to thrive. You're not here to suffer. You're not here to fail. You're not here to say, well, this person deserves it, but you don't. It doesn't work that way. All right? So the only thing that gets us stuck are the blocks that we have within. And you just say, not this year. Not this year. Not this year. Make that your motto, not this year. All right? Because you can do it. I would love to just say that this change sometimes takes courage. Enormous amounts of courage, because you're being pushed outside of your comfort zone. But each of you is so gifted. Even you at home, you're gifted too, right? Each of you has something to offer, to give, to share. Live in your passion this year. Find a way to share. Contribute to your community. Contribute to one another. Work on those relationships. Work on the path that you want. Work on the career that you want to manifest for yourself. Because this is the time to set it. This is the time to say, I'm moving forward. I'm going to create. I'm going to manifest. I will manifest it. You just manifest it. So I want you to remember, if it's May 20th and you're struggling, Colby said I'm going to manifest it this year. All right. You just do it, okay? But when you realize that you have this inner core, this inner strength, and you can use it, well, wait till you see just what is going to happen. It's going to be beautiful and amazing. And I'll leave that with you, okay? So we have, obviously we have some mediums, but we're going to start with our expert talk. This is one of the ideas that I came up with for the, will you just shut that power switch off? I don't, the fountain is a little distracting, right? There you go. The professional talks are very important. when I started this service, I thought, there's so many modalities out there. There's so many ways light workers create healing. And let's share them. Let's kind of expose them. Let's let people know what is available to them. So the expert I have in the house today is a super, super amazingly special. I mean, you guys are good. You guys are good. You came to the first one. She's incredible. She is a master, I call her a master energy healer. I mean, she's a psychic medium. She teaches. She did Akashic records, quantum. I mean, like, it is like spidey sense everywhere, like this. But she teaches a lot and she works a lot and truly a master energy healer. And I thought, let us start off with a talk, understanding it, so that we can start off the year feeling healed, feeling refreshed, feeling wonderful. Okay? So I would love to introduce Gars Chan.
Thank you, Colby. You're so generous. And thank you for putting this together and inviting me. I'm very honored. And I see some of my students in the audience, so thank you. So my name is Gars Chan, and I'm a Chinese energy healing practitioner. I'm also certified in aroma touch, quantum touch, DNA theta healing, fifth dimensional quantum healing, Akashic records, Kundalini yoga, and some of the stuff. But I teach various healing modalities because different modalities have different strengths. My main practice is Chinese energy healing, and basically what I do is I clear out the subconscious and unconscious blockages. Kind of like a subconscious hacker, if you will. So I tune into the subconscious mind, into the unconscious mind and the central nervous system, and I clear out hidden beliefs, hidden traumas, and hidden patterns so that you can move through your life with ease. So I kind of take out the trash, I do clear a lot of things from other lifetimes. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not, it still works. When things are unresolved in other lifetimes, they show up again in this lifetime, only with different people. So the things that you're really drawn to, cultures that you're really drawn to, phobias that you have, are an indication to what kind of issues you've had in other lifetimes. Okay. So for example, a woman came to see me and she had a phobia of interviews. Just the thought of interviews made her break out into a sweat. She was really embarrassed. She lived with her mum her whole life. She hadn't worked in over a decade. And she was humiliated because she was in her late 30s. So I went into her past life and cleared out all her interrogation experiences, hostage, kidnap, all that kind of stuff. And then within 2 weeks, she got her first job. And she didn't even have to interview for it. It was a place where she would frequent regularly, and they just offered her a job. So this is how this works. I have another client who came to see me, a VP of a construction company. For 15 years, he had a client in New York, and his contract stated, if I finish my project within the deadline, I get my bonus. Well, for 15 years, he did not get a bonus. But he didn't want to leave his client because he's a really good client. So he came to see me, and the reason why he came to see me is because his bonus this time was $4 million. And he couldn't let that go. So I went in there and cleared up some past life issues and some other issues. And within a couple of weeks, he got his $4 million. Okay. So sometimes we do everything that we can consciously, on a conscious level, to make our lives work. But there can still be blockages on a cellular level. I have countless stories from helping people get divorced, to helping people get married, to foreclosures, going to short sales, health issues, career. Filmmakers had their movies closed down and I helped them open them back up. or finish their movies, or models book jobs, actors book jobs, all kinds of issues, depression, anxiety. So I really like using Chinese energy healing because I find it's the quickest and really effective and really fast. And my purpose is to see a world full of psychic healing superheroes. That's my world vision. And I want everyone to live their potential and the life that they came here to live. So thank you for letting me share.
Okay. Thank you, guys. I'm like, what cellular level? I'm like, okay, I got cellular level stuff. So this is good. So anyhow, thank you, Garth, very, very much. Thank you. All right, so Carrie's going to pass around a basket, if you don't mind. So there's just, if you $10 donation for anyone who can, it's greatly appreciated. Just help support the service, the space, and kind of get it out there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do messages. Who's ready for messages from Spirit? Yes? All right? Yes? This will be really, really fun and exciting. We do have some incredible mediums here today that are going to serve and deliver, and it's going to be amazing. And again, not only did these mediums volunteer their time, they literally contributed financially to help create the flyer, create the advertising, get it out there. So I really want to thank you guys so much. So our first medium, like I said, all three ladies are just phenomenal. Our first medium is really great. She's fun and funny and fun-loving. And she has this ability to connect with spirit so empathetically and blend so well. And she's just this joy to watch. She's trained all around the world. I personally took some classes with her at the Arthur Findlay College. Love them over there. And, just through time and time and time again, she constantly says yes to spirit. Constantly. I've never heard her say no. So I am super excited and honored that she said yes today. So I would love to introduce Carrie Larson. Carrie!
Thank you so much. It really is an honor to be here today, and I see some familiar faces and some new faces, which is just amazing. I am just going to jump right in because I have got spirits coming through. And you don't really want to be hearing about me today anyway. So I've got a gentleman with me. And the first thing that this gentleman makes, he's a little trepidatious to be coming in right now. And I've got, I'm really feeling drawn over to this side. I have a feeling that he is, I get a middle-aged with him, but I get a very rambunctious spirit. I feel he is so, he's very connected internally. I get this feeling he's a very strong introvert, but he loved connecting with people. He loved connecting with people on a very intimate level, on a very deep level. I feel that he had a lovely little sense of humor, but it was so subtle. It was almost a slight sarcastic, that undertone, like he would say the one-liners, and he's sitting in the back, and you would just hear him pipe up, but it would silence the room, causing that laughter. And I do feel very drawn to this area. Can anybody identify with a man who would have been middle-aged, had a very subtle, sarcastic sense of humor, would have been very trepidatious to be up in front of a crowd. Nobody on this side? Okay, let me, little bit?
A little bit, yeah.
Little bit, okay. I'm gonna touch in with him a little bit more, so I think I got 2 people. I feel this man had he gives me a very strong sense of, I want to stand very upright. I want to be almost militant with my posture. I do feel that he would have presented himself in a uniform. Can you identify with wearing a uniform and a very proper, very upright posture?
Yes.
Yes? No? Okay. I do feel like I'm drawn more towards the front, so I'm gonna work here, but just hang in there just in case. I also, as I connect in with this man, I feel I do want to make sure you can identify with that subtle sense of humor.
Yes.
Okay, because he keeps bringing that to my attention. And this is a gentleman. I do feel that there would have been a friendship with this. There was a connection that was more. He's indicating to me that the 2 of you would have shared something that was unique. Do you understand that? It's okay if it's a no. I love no's.
It's an I don't know. It's an I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, I can work with I don't know. Would you understand that would I be correct in saying that you have a subtle sense of humor as well?
I've been told that.
Okay. So he keeps bringing me back to that, and he is indicating that the 2 of you share like a unique little quality that people have. He would have been told that a lot, and you would have been told that a lot. So you understand that? And I do feel, I feel that this is a familial connection, but I don't feel like it's a very close one. Would you understand that?
I was thinking my grandpa.
Okay, well, we'll get clear on who it is. Were you very close with your grandfather?
Yes.
Okay. The uniform that your grandfather wore, what he actually served in the war, correct?
Yes, at one point.
Okay. And he would have actually gone overseas to serve in the war. Would you understand that? That
yes.
He would have, yes? Okay. But I also feel that he's indicating that he wasn't actually in direct danger. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. I feel he served a little bit more as, he's indicating he was a higher rank. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And I also, you have a few things of his. That's correct?
Yes.
But you have one in particular thing that would have been connected to the war of his.
Yes.
Okay. And that, I feel like it was a smaller item.
That I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. The item that you do have, it would have been something that meant a lot to him. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. He's also indicated you actually connect with him quite a bit.
Yes.
Would you understand that? Okay. And with you, he's actually a bit of a talker. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And he tends to also be one of the first people that you go to when you need guidance on something. Would you understand that?
Right.
Okay. He's, and you also, he comes to you and he always gives you the signs that you need, but sometimes he's a little bit, it's almost that he wants you to figure it out as well.
Okay.
You understand that?
Right.
And I feel that at times you can get a little frustrated with that because you want him to just be a little bit more direct in how he's answering. Would you understand that?
Sure.
And he really, he loves coming back to his sense of humor. I feel that what he's making me feel is that he wants you to find a little bit more of that lightness in, he's making me feel as though you might be going through some shifts and some changes right now, and it can make you feel a little bit bogged down.
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
And he wants you to find a little bit more of that humor in the situations that are going on, and he wants you to kind of embrace a little bit more of that, as opposed to, I almost feel like your mind can kind of go crazy, and then you almost feel like you're rewinding as opposed to moving forward.
Right.
And he wants you to just hit that pause button and find the subtle humor in what may be happening so that you can press forward. Do you understand that?
Yes, I would.
I'm going to leave you
Thank
with
you.
that. Thank you. All right. Oh, it's always fun when a couple come in. I am connecting with some, I've got a lovely woman with me right now, but she is very vivacious, and she's very, she loves being up here right now. She loves that feeling. She loves, I do feel like this is, being a presenter, being a teacher, being in front of a crowd is something that she would have been very comfortable doing. I also feel that even in her home life, she was very, she doesn't fully agree, but I feel the center of attention. She enjoyed kind of commanding the house. She enjoyed being like the front runner in the family. I feel that this is, this woman, I am feeling an aunt with this. I am feeling as though this would have, it is an aunt relationship. And I do feel that I have a close connection. I do feel like I am here to speak with my niece. I am drawn to this side of the room. So I'm just gonna ask, can anybody, and I'm drawn kind of towards the center here, but anyone on this side, identify with an aunt in spirit, would have been very vivacious, would have loved being in commands of a household, and would have had, I do feel that there is a close connection with the woman that I am here to speak with. It might be. I can work with that. So I'm gonna. I do feel that this is an aunt, so I really have to stick with that.
Would she be domineering or vivacious?
Vivacious is the first thing that I get with her. I can see in the home life where commanding is a word that came up with her. So I can see where domineering might come into play with that. She is very adamant about the fact that was not. She prefers vivacious. I also feel that she's indicating that she got a little rougher around the edges as she aged. You can take that. Okay, so aunt in spirit would have had a close connection with you. Would have been vivacious as she Okay. She's making me feel vivacious. Other perceptions. Would you understand that as she got older, she potentially shifted a little more from vivacious to domineering, got a little bit rougher around the edges? No? Okay, I'm gonna work here. I'm gonna check in with this vivacious one young lady and see what else we can get. This would have been, she is indicating a connection to the mother. Is this your aunt on your mother's side?
Yeah, my mom's sister.
Okay, is this your aunt on, okay. I do feel like I'm back here, so I'm gonna stick with you. Hang in there, Cindy, see what's up. She's making me feel as though her passing was pretty unexpected. Would you understand that? Would you understand that? I feel what she's making me feel is that she was definitely not ready to go. Would you understand that? No. Okay. This is you?
It sounds like it, but.
Okay, I could have my direction wrong.
Yeah.
I also had a couple ladies come in, so I could be blending two spirits, which is highly possible too. You can identify with an autumn spirit who would have been very vivacious, got a little hard towards the end of life. You can also understand, can't remember close relationship, but you can also mother's side, and unexpected passing. Okay. She's like, hallelujah. Okay, I'm gonna pop over here and just see, because I probably just had my direction wrong. Would you understand that there was a little bit of friction between her and your mother? Would you understand that? Okay. And she's also making me feel as though you were a bit of a bridge between her and your mother. Would you understand that? Because I feel that you also had a pretty close relationship with your mother. No? Was she, okay. Was she a little bit more of a mother to you than your real mother was? Okay, there it is. I also, I do feel she's indicating 2 children. Would you understand 2 children?
I don't have children.
Do you have
A sister who has 2 children.
Okay. I think you only have the one sibling, correct? It's just your sister?
No, sister and 2 brothers.
Okay. I'm gonna bookmark that because she's specifically indicating 2 children, and I don't want to just naturally go to your sister's 2 children. So I'm gonna hold on to that. I feel like this passing was relatively recent. Would you understand that? But I also feel like it feels even more recent than it is. Would you understand that? I feel like there's a lot that was not said and a lot that wants to be said. Would you understand that?
No, I think that
It was
just
resolved?
my dynamic with her.
Okay.
I felt on
I feel you are the closest to her as opposed to the other 3 siblings you have, correct? Would you also understand that she's bringing me back to the 2 children, so I want to go there because she's also very much aware of the time that we have. So I feel that these I feel like there's a disconnect between, as I feel into that, a disconnect between your sister and her children. Would you understand that? There's a slight, not indicating not a good mother, anything like that, but there's a slight distancing. Could you understand that?
maybe with her teenager.
Okay, which happens at teenager.
Yeah.
She's making me aware that there's a bit of a concern that she doesn't want that to grow. Would you understand that? that she's indicating a communication issue between her and her children. And she's also making me aware that your sister has a tendency to turn inward and shut down when embraced with a conflict. You would understand that?
Yeah.
And I feel that she's making me very much aware that she's concerned that your sister will kind of continue to turn inward, and that gap will grow. Would you understand that? And she's also concerned, she's making me aware, you have a very innate ability to kind of bring people out. Would you understand that? To open people up. And she's encouraging you to do that with your sister and essentially try to work as that medium and that bridge the way you did with her.
Okay.
And she's also making aware, because you have a little bit of that vivaciousness. Do you understand that? And that a little bit, that ability to kind of bring people together. And again, she's like, domineering is not my word. But that ability to kind of bring a family together. Would you understand that? So she's really encouraging you to do that. And she's also encouraging you to continue your conversations with her.
Okay.
Woo! Yay! I gotta give Carrie a lot of credit. Coming up first, opening it up. There's a lot of energy. I can hear and feel the spirits as well. So it's almost like your loved ones are like, me. So it's kind of fun. All right, you guys ready for some more messages? Yeah? All right. What's great about our second medium, she's also a energy healer. So she's a Reiki master, crystal healer, so there's some good juju there, all right? So we're starting off in the right place. But she also has her own center, does classes, does sessions, does all of that as well. And she's also a psychic medium. So I thought I would use and abuse her medium gifts today to connect to the spirit world. So just a warm, warm welcome for Jules Davis. Jules!
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? So yeah, as Colby said, my name is Jules, and I'm a healer and psychic medium. And I am going to connect with your loved ones today. So let me just take a moment and see who wants to come through first, because I'm aware that there's a few people here that want to connect. Okay. Okay, I am aware of a mother here. I'm aware of a mother here in spirit. And I do feel like she would have passed from an illness, because she's making me feel like she was very weak at the end of her life. And I do feel as though this passing definitely took a toll on her. I feel like I'm drawn to a daughter here, but keep your ears open also, men. And as I'm blending with her, she's making me feel that when she was younger, she had a lot of energy. She was a very social woman. And as this illness took hold of her, she had to spend more time at home. And I do feel that that took a toll on her emotionally as well. And I do feel drawn over here, because I keep pointing this way. I do feel that this was a passing from cancer. I do feel it was passing from cancer. Can anybody on this side understand a mother in spirit who passed from cancer and illness? Okay. I do feel that you had a close relationship as I'm blending with your mother. So I know that you would have been by her side, is what I want to say, through this process of her illness, because she's making me feel very grateful that you were there every step of the way, I want to say. I know that you went to doctor's appointments with her, I feel as well. And she's just making me feel that when she really needed somebody at the end of her life, you would have been there for her. So I know she comes through with a lot of love and gratitude for that. She's also making me feel that you would have done things with her hair and taken care of her in very intimate ways when she could no longer do that herself, you understand? If you say yes, it really helps, so say yes. All right, so we have yes to that. All right. And I do feel that this passing definitely took a toll on you, and I feel like there's been some, it's been a little bit of a challenge for you to move forward. Would you understand that as well? Because she's just making me feel that she wants you to go out there and live your life a little bit more. I feel the sadness has really interfered with you being out there and social. It's almost like you took so much time to care for her that you don't know what the world looks like without that responsibility. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, good. So I feel like that's really what she wanted to say, and I just want to give that to you, and I feel that's why she came in. So please go out there and all right. Thank you. I do feel that I have a man here. This feels more like a friend. And he's making me feel that he would have passed from an accident. And I do feel that he would have passed at a younger age. I do feel drawn to the 20s or somewhere around there. I do feel that it was an instant passing. Can anybody on this side understand that? Okay, all right. I have a few people to work with here, okay. I've been working with names, so I'm just gonna risk it. I heard the name James. Does that mean anything to any of you connected to this person? No, that's okay. All right. I do feel that this would have been it feels like a car accident. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, because I feel like there would have been an impact. So I still have 2 people here.
Yes.
Are you outside? Okay. All right, so I do feel that this was a car accident because I'm feeling an impact from automobiles, and I feel like this would have been a very big car accident, meaning police and things of that nature.
Yes.
You would understand, because I can see the police there as well with him. I do feel that this was a very devastating loss to his family because of his age. Do you also understand the age?
Yes.
Both of you are with me still? Okay, great. Is anybody else with me? Did I hear it? Yes, over here? Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see where to go with that. I feel with this passing, again, that it was very sudden, but I feel like he's showing me that there was a big memorial. I feel like there would have been flowers and things left there. Do you understand that? Or there, I just see a lot of flowers and pictures for him.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And I'm also seeing that a lot of people would have come out. I feel like there was a big ceremony or memorial or something. I just feel like the community got together for this. I feel like there's a lot of people, both of you. All right. Making me work. Okay. All right. I do feel that there was a connection to football. I'm asking him for something that could separate the 2 of them out. Would you understand anything about that?
I'm not sure.
Okay, all right. So as it coming through, I feel as though, as I'm just asking him to blend with me a little bit more, this passing would have affected your family. Would you understand that as well?
Not my family.
Neither of you can take that, okay, because he's just saying it affected the family, so I'm not sure if that's also his family, because he keeps talking about it. Would you have any connection to his family or know his family members, either of you?
Know the family members.
You know the
but
family
not
members.
close.
Okay, all right. All right, I I feel like he's coming through right now to talk about that life can change in an instant. That's what I feel. And I feel like he's talking about there's a lot of decisions, and I know I'm not sure which one of you I'm with right now. So maybe the message is for both of you if it gives me a little bit more information. But would one of you understand going through a period where you feel you're feeling a little bit stuck or stagnant, kind of like what Colby was talking about at the beginning? Because I feel like who he wants to talk to is going through something, and he wants to really light a fire under your butt and say, you know, life can change in an instant, so live it fully right now. I feel like I'm drawn with you behind Jessica, but can you also understand this?
No.
Okay, you can understand this? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Yes, all right. Because I feel like he really wants to point that out to you. I feel like whatever you've been going through lately it's like you're in this kind of mud or stuck in this little zone and you don't quite know how to get out. He's saying, just get up and live your life. That's what I want to say to you. So I feel like he's trying to motivate you from spirit. And I also feel like you have a sensitivity because he's making me feel that you would have some awareness at times of spirit. Would you also understand that?
Not quite.
Not quite? Okay, because he's just making me feel like there's something, sometimes where you hear a little noise or something and you have this feeling like somebody's around. You don't understand that? No? That's okay. All right, I'll take that back, but I just feel like whatever you're going through, you said yes to feeling like you were stuck in the mud. I feel like go out and live your life and just live it to the fullest because it really can change in an instant. I feel like he didn't realize that his life was going to change like that. So anyways, thank you.
And we're not even done yet. Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you. I always love the healing that messages do and they bring forth to people. Even if it's not your particular loved one in spirit, don't you get a little something from someone else's healing and love? And I want to bring forward another medium. And, you know, actually, this medium, Wendy, will you give me a book right there to your left? Right there, no, right there in front of you. Yep. Here, look. So our next medium has been really stepping outside her comfort zone this past year. She wrote a book called Into the Light, and I will say, I know the amount of work that goes into writing a book, which is why I've been writing the second one. So this level of commitment that she did shows her commitment to spirit, her commitment to growth. And I know Emily, she's been taking courses and classes, and I've been watching her, and just to see how she pushes past her own limits and her own uncomfortableness in order to serve. And it's beautiful and it's gorgeous. And so I'm very happy and honored that she's going to deliver messages today. So Emily Stoya, come on.
I might need a tissue box.
No.
Not there yet. Oh, well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome. Give me a yes, please.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. So I work with spirit mainly through feeling and hearing, and I just find it so exciting. I feel like it's just a conversation, and it's been such an honor to be beside Colby and in her circle. So I'm just gonna get started because I'm ready. Okay, so I have a mother here in spirit. And I keep hearing the word dancer. She's like saying that very strongly in my ear, and I feel drawn over here, like I'm moving to this like side of the room. And so those are the two things that she's coming in very strongly, is identifying herself as a mother, and then also saying the word dancer, which to me feels as if she was a dancer at one point in her life, or she really like loved the art of dancing, because she keeps sort of bringing just like grace and like flow to the way that she exists. Yeah. Does anyone over here recognize that just by any chance? We have 2 people here. You, sort of? Okay. So tell me your name.
Tracy.
Tracy, Zach, and you?
Wendy.
Wendy, okay, great. Anybody over here by any chance, woman, dancer, mother in spirit? No? Okay. So let me just work with her for a second. She's giving me this impression, okay, that I feel like I'm drawn to, I see her doing this like as a career. There's something about it, like I feel like she's saying, I did it for many years. Can anyone understand this here? You, yes.
Not career.
And not for you. Okay. Can you understand anything to do possibly with like ballet? Any chance? Okay. I'll just throw myself out there. So you can understand being a dancer and doing it for many years. Okay. There's something about it as she tells me like as I transition that I like she retired. There's something about retiring or stopping it as a career. But I feel like it was always like in her heart. Like there was something about her like still doing it in her life in some way. Does that make sense to you?
It does, yeah.
Okay. See, like it's not like I see her like performing it, but there's something about the art of it that stays with her throughout her life. Does that make sense? Possibly. Okay. So just gonna see where else she's going. Okay, I'm also hearing a brother. Do you have a brother here? A brother? It's here. What? Yeah. So I'm hearing a son. She has a son, which would be your brother. Does that make sense?
It's actually my aunt.
Okay.
She comes through with my mom.
Oh, I see.
Sorry, yeah.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Wendy, you're saying that you have a brother, okay, but you can't take the rest of this.
I danced. I studied ballet and I danced.
Okay.
She danced with my dad. Socially.
Okay, just stay with me. 'Cause I feel like she's giving me this impression that she had the career as a dancer, and also this connection to a brother, which I feel like the sitter has a brother. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Okay, so just bear with me. Can you understand this feeling as if like, I'm asking her, she gives me this impression as if like she comes in around a lot, like being in your life very consistently. Like there's this feeling as if like she was involved in like raising you or like being around and like being a mentor in some way. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Wendy, does this make sense to you? Sorry, okay. And, okay. I'm also hearing this, is there anything to do with like her being in the newspaper or like, was she like very well talked about or well respected? Anything to do with this? She keeps showing me like a book or some sort of like, yeah, that's what I'm seeing, a book. I see a book and I feel like she's pointing to it and talking about like this connection to a book that feels very special or like unique in the family. Does that make any sense to you? Nothing? Okay. We'll just hold on to it for now. And let's see what else we're doing here. I know that she's also giving me this impression of, like I wanted to, like this feeling of like wanting to connect with you more in the later years of her life. Does that make sense? Was there something to do with like distance or like not being able to see you as much at this point or stage in her life?
We just lived in different states.
Different states, okay. So I feel like I'm hearing distance and I'm wishing I could have connected more with you towards the later part of my life. Is there anything to do with Oregon by any chance? Any connection to Oregon or, okay. Does anybody else take any of this? No, some of it.
Just the Oregon.
Yeah, okay. Or possibly like up north on the West Coast. Yeah, okay. So I'm just asking her if there's anything she'd like for me to share. I just get this really like beautiful like joy of like being here, and I keep getting this impression too that she's like stands behind you, and like sort of like pushes you to like be brave in your life. So there's something about like taking that leap and just doing it. I feel like she knows what I'm talking about. And so there's this feeling of that she's there, like, she's there just saying that she's gonna like walk you through the process so that you know you're gonna be okay, and that she's just like this really like graceful angel of light that's there with you. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Okay. It's hard. I have like two spirits here. Okay. I have a younger male that steps forward. He feels like he keeps giving me like images of him being very young in life. And he may have passed away very young, like under 20, like even younger than this. Does anyone lose a very young male? Or, gosh, this one's hard, because he's very young. Like he looks to me like a little kid almost, but I get this like memory of he's sort of showing me like just being like memories of him growing up as a young boy, but he keeps saying I was very young, and I know that I go under 20. So can anyone take a male who passed away very young in life, like under 20, even younger possibly than that? Yes. I know that's a little. You can take a male under 20 who passed away. Any connection to like 5 or 6 years old? Or any memories with him? No. No. Okay. Bridget. Okay. Just. All right. I know that. Points. Okay. I'm hearing him say that he passed away. I almost want to go towards like high school. That you keep showing me high school years. Can anyone take this? Yes, Carrie? No? Okay. Okay. Can you understand? Okay. Would you have been very like good friends, or like I feel like he keeps giving me this feeling of like very.
I understand that.
Sweet closeness. Like there's this very like sweet, intimate connection that he keeps bringing to me.
I understand that.
Okay. And I don't have much time, but I feel like he keeps coming in and like I hear you like talking to him or like reaching out to him very recently.
Yes.
And he's saying, I got your call. So I'll just leave you with that. He's here, and he just wanted to acknowledge that he's been hearing you reaching out to him or like wondering about him. He said I picked up the call, I got it. So I'll leave you with that.
Are you guys having fun? All right, I do want to mention these bracelets. Carrie actually makes these. She hand makes them, right? You hand make them?
Yes.
Each and every one. And they all have intentions, and there's a bunch back there that she brought today for sale. So you can check it out at the end, okay? You guys have a little energy left for a few more messages?
Sure.
Yeah? Are you sure? Okay, love it. Okay. The first, I have a man that wants to step in, and he feels like this passing is very, very quick, and he brings me right here. I feel like I'm right around this area right here. So can I ask you in the blue, do you understand a young man, a man in spirit that would have passed very quickly, very very quickly. Do the two of you behind understand? You understand a man? Yes? Okay. And you also understand he's not very old when he passes. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you also understand maybe, I don't know if there's speculation or thought that maybe he was responsible for his passing. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Would you also understand a connection to him where he gives me this feeling of really caring about you? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, and there's almost a romantic feeling as well. No, that would be weird. Okay. That's okay. I just get this feeling where he's showing me a lot of love for you, a lot of like standing up for you or protecting you. Do you understand that as well? Okay. I also get the feeling where he gives me this real funny offbeat sense of humor about him. You understand that as well?
Yeah.
Like I just get this feeling too where he feels very, he doesn't feel real social. Like I feel like he's awkward socially to people. Does that make sense? Where I feel like he would put himself out there. He makes me feel like he would be very, maybe charismatic, very energetic, but privately he feels much more private when he's alone. Do you understand that, or would you know that side of him?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you also know if he would have written or been, I keep wanting to see him be sensitive. So I feel like when you got him alone, he could be sensitive or vulnerable. Does that make sense?
Maybe.
Okay. Is this your brother, can I ask?
My uncle.
Your uncle, thank you. He gives me this feeling where he, I just feel like he liked to make everybody else laugh. Like it made him feel good to try to crack a joke and make people laugh. But I also get this sense where I just feel like, he just makes me feel like he's responsible for his passing. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. He also gives me this feeling where I just feel like people are, I feel like the family was upset, maybe because of the timing or the time of year of the passing. Does that connect?
It was just very sudden.
Okay, because I feel like nobody knew that, obviously. I mean, I don't think, unfortunately, I think people who are responsible, they're not waving flags around saying, hey, help. I mean, that's but I do feel like he really put on this front that nobody knew something was wrong. Do you understand that? And I just get this feeling where I just want to let you know that he says I'm okay, and it gives me this really strong feeling of talking. Again, he's going back to the writing, so I'm not sure if you've been starting to write or for you to start writing or connecting, but I really feel like he wants to tell you to write, okay? And to really sit there and let you know that he watches over you. He really does. He is this protector. And I really feel like when you feel discouraged, when you feel like afraid, I feel like he kind of gives you this little bit of sense. Yeah, because he was like this. He makes me feel like bravado, and like, cool, and I feel like he's like, man. And I just feel like, he's saying, I'm there for you. I'm strong for you. So don't worry about it. You don't have to carry the load all by yourself. I'll carry it with you. All right? So I'll leave that with you. And I've got a mother in spirit, and she's definitely giving me a feeling of a very quick decline in her health. I mean, it was super quick, this passing. And I get this feeling around her of, I'm very much drawn to the long hair with the hoop earrings right in the middle, yes. So would you understand a mother in spirit or a lady like who's a mother that is a very quick passing, very quick decline in health?
She was 11 months.
Okay, you understand.
She had a heart attack.
Okay, right, you understand, but she's a mother, is that correct? Okay, you also understand this feeling, though, of always wanting to put everybody first, always wanting to make sure everybody else was okay. Do you understand that? Okay, hang on. Can someone else in that area take the mother in spirit? That definitely gives me this feeling of a quick passing, and the feeling that she's putting everybody first. Like, that's the one thing about her. She's putting it, you can understand that? I really feel like I'm drawn over here. I'm not letting you go. Hang on one second. You're gonna play in the sandbox a little bit more, okay? Let's get this right. You understand the mother in spirit, yes? Okay. You also understand the sense of the quick passing, correct? Use your words, please.
Yes.
Do you want the message or no? I don't have to do it. I go to someone else. Are you sure? Okay. Just want to make sure. I want to make sure you're okay with it. She gives me this feeling too of giving. Like I feel like she's a very giving person. Do you understand that? Okay. And I get this feeling where protecting her family was the most important thing to her. Do you understand that? Thank you. I get this feeling where I almost feel like people didn't get to say goodbye, or believe it or not, you know, I just feel like you didn't get a chance to say goodbye to her. And I almost feel like there's a sense that at the end, even though it's her heart, like I almost feel like she doesn't feel very old to me, so it feels like we didn't get noticed, like this could happen or would happen. Does that make sense?
64.
Okay, would you understand with her that there's no notice? That's the feeling I'm getting. Like I'm almost feeling like you didn't get a chance to get to the hospital or get to the place where she's passing, because I feel like there's no goodbye.
She died right before I was leaving work, and she died right before I got there.
Okay, right. You see what I'm saying? That's what I kept getting from her. See, I'll tell you what, your mom is funny, because you're getting ready to let her go, and she's like, no, that's my daughter. I really want to talk to her. And I was like, and she goes, she's, you know, suck it up, Colby, get back over there. My Colby. Yay! But I do get this feeling where, you know, your mom is super, super giving, but there's a complication. I don't think it was always easy. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like the two of you sometimes didn't see eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense? And I just feel like she was you're just, you know, I don't know. I think she looked at you as being like independent, right? And that was hard for her because she didn't even know what to do, right? So I feel like she wants to let you know how proud she is of you. And like she likes your spunk. She's like, you know, so in the living, I think she'd give you a hard time for this spunky attitude, right? But she loves it in spirit. She wants you to go for things. She wants you to kind of embrace this, like loving you so much for who you are, okay? She's also bringing me to another child, okay? So is there, in the family, did someone have, is there a younger child in the family that is born, it feels younger, maybe 6 or 7 at this point? So do you understand a niece or a nephew, or there's someone around that, a younger age? No?
I'm the only kid.
Okay, hang on one second. I feel like someone else, hang on one second. Okay, hang on. Let me stay with her. I feel like someone's stepping in really quick, but let me just give you this one thing from your mom. I just feel like she says, as many differences as we had, I just want you to know how much I love you, how much you mean to me, and how much I always supported you, even if I wasn't able to say it to you. And I want to say it now, okay? So I'll leave that with you. All right, one more real quick. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. I do feel like, so I'm linking to another mother that makes me feel like there's a connection with a young boy. So this young boy makes me feel like he's in the living, but the mother's in spirit. That's what I'm feeling, okay? So can someone understand a woman in spirit, but that has, so she can't be very old when she passes, but she left behind a young son. Does somebody understand that? You know, you understand that? Okay. Do you understand this? She gives me this feeling of it being an illness prior to the passing. Does that make sense to you? Yes? Can you give yeses and nos for us? Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. How cool are you? No, I'm just kidding. I do get this feeling with her where I do get this feeling where she's trying to fight. But I do feel like this illness feels very aggressive. It's too quick. It's almost like it's going on. It's too quick that she can't catch up. She can't really, you know what I'm saying? And I get this feeling where it was hard because I feel like she's so vibrant. She's so loving. She's so like, people really liked her. Like I just feel like she's very friendly. You know what I'm saying? And I get this feeling where, are you like a sister to her, can I ask?
No.
Oh, okay. Is it more than that? What's the relationship? Just say the relationship so I don't have to struggle.
I've never met her. That might be my ex-husband's mother.
Got it. Okay, and you understand the young son in spirit though, right? Okay. That's him, right? Oh, got it. Oh, no wonder. But see, it's interesting. That's funny. She gives me this feeling where I don't know why she's going to use you as the messenger if you're the ex-husband, but I feel like I guess you're going to have to reach out and connect, right? Because, you know, you do this as well, or there's a connection to spirit with you, right? So I feel like she wants to use you. Yay. Get to call him. We all love those ex calls and texts, don't we? But I do get this feeling where she's trusting you. I feel like she wants to let you know. Honestly, I think you were the best thing that happened to him. So I really feel like, you know, you gave him love and you gave him that care that made her feel very special. And I feel like she's even come to you, like you may have felt her before come to you or talk to you. And I just feel like she wants to thank you. And I just get this strong feeling where she says, you gave him love when he didn't know he was lovable. And I just feel like, I don't predict people's relationships or tell them what to do, but there's a sense where it feels like it's not quite finished somehow. It feels like there's something more for you, and this healing, that you're going to create healing for this person, okay? And I do get this feeling where she says she appreciates how much you sacrifice and how much you let go, and I get this feeling where I almost really do feel like you met her. That's the oddest thing. He's still in the living, is that correct? Yeah, I just get this feeling where she comes in very strong, almost like a dream, you know, so I'm not sure if you've actually had a dream of her, but I feel like that you have. See, okay, you know all this. You're like, I know this is, I think she's sitting there going, oh my goodness, this is like, I know all this, I can't believe it, right? I just get this feeling where she wants to say, it's me, the dreams are real, I'm asking you please if you could help out. And I think you know what that means, right? So I will leave that with you. Yay, you! All right. Thank you, everybody. We have to go. Thank you, everybody. All right, so real quick, we're going to just wrap up here. We have a couple announcements for the mediums and share. This will be the second Sunday of every month we're going to be here. So we're going to create an RSVP. If you RSVP, we can put a seat aside for you, right? So I just want to thank you for that. We do have, Garth has a website, Alchemy Arts Healing. You can talk to her after as well. Find out about her services and what she's been doing. And Jules has RLX, which is right around the corner from here. Carrie has her bracelet. She also has her website, Carrie Ann Larson. And Emily is doing a book signing at Mystic Journey coming up. Let me look to see when I wrote that down. Hang on, I have it right here. Well, Mystic Journey. Oh, what date is it? Yeah, I didn't see it. The 26th. So if you're in the area, please go out and support her book signing. This Wednesday, Jules is doing a new moon Reiki meditation.
Oh, great.
Yes, right? So she's got a couple more classes where she's doing some Reiki certifications later in the month, February 10th and 11th. And I will just say, in this particular space, I have a circle coming up in a one-day class. More intuition is the class. The circle's a little more getting your elbows greased up. I've got on January 28th, there's an LWI SSD master teacher. Kelly is going to be teaching a Reiki class here. So there's a lot of stuff. If you're on that group, I'm posting everything on the group, so just keep an eye on the group. And one of the last things I'll say is I'm getting plates for the chairs, the memorial plates, and it's you can write a check, but they're $47.95. But it will be a plate that will never be removed from the chair. It will have your loved one. You can pick a symbol. You can create a message. Yeah, I just thought it was just a great way to kind of have our loved ones in the space with us, right? So we're at our end. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming. I really do. I appreciate it. I appreciate your love and your support. I appreciate everyone who watched at home. And I want to really give a special thank you to the mediums and daughters. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so what I'm going to do is, if you don't mind, does everybody have 2 more minutes? 2? Just 2? I'm just going to pause the recording, and we're just going to play one song. You don't have to sing, all right? You don't have to sing, but we just can't record the song for copyright, but I do want to play it for everyone. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, thank you, guys.